Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about adjusting entries. Adjusting entries are entries that we need to do at the end of an accounting period. It's not to record any transaction. It's not triggered by any transaction, so it never involves cash. It involves at least one income statement account and one balance sheet account. And the goal is to make sure that revenues are reported in the right period, expenses are reported in the right period, and the balance sheet account associated with that revenues or that expense reflect the correct amount. Okay, there are four types of adjustment. The first one is called accrued expense. This is a situation where we have to recognize revenue in that accounting period, although we will pay cash in future period. Okay, so there is an expense that we have to recognize in that period, although our payment will be done in future periods. That's accrued expense. Now, the impact on the financial statement if that adjustment is not done is our expense will be understated, too small, net income will be overstated or too high, and the liability or payable associated with that expense will be understated. Now, the second type is called accrued revenues. This is a situation where we have to recognize a revenue, but we're not going to receive the payment or cash now. We will receive it in future period, but we have to recognize the revenue in this current period. If we don't do that, the revenue is going to be too small, understated, and our net income profit will be understated as well. On the balance sheet side, the asset or receivable, for example, is understated if we do not prepare the adjusting entries. Okay, the third type is called deferred expense. So we have an asset and we have to recognize the expense associated with that asset. For example, if we have a building, we have to do depreciation expense for that building or machineries or other long-term assets. If we have prepaid expenses like prepaid insurance, we have to recognize an expense to cover the part of the insurance that has been used. And then if we have supplies, for example, we have to recognize supplies expense for the amount of supplies that we use. Okay, so as a result of those assets, this period we have to recognize expense. But there is no transaction behind that. We just keep using the building, we just keep using the supplies, and we are covered by our insurance automatically. We just need to recognize that expense. If we do not do that, our expense is going to be understated and our net income will be overstated or too high. And if we do not do that, those assets will be too high. If the building is not depreciated, if the prepaid insurance is not reduced to the correct amount, if the supply is not reduced to the correct amount, they will be overstated. So we need to reduce the amount of the asset. The last type is called deferred revenues. So we have liabilities. And now we have to recognize revenue associated with that liabilities. Okay, for example, unearned revenue. We receive cash in advance to provide 3 months of service, for example. Once we pass 1 month, we have already provided the service. That portion has to be recognized as a revenue. Okay, and the liabilities must be reduced. So if we do not do that, the revenue will be understated, net income will be understated, and the liability is overstated. Okay, for example, the unearned revenues will be overstated. So we need to reduce that liabilities. So those are the 4 types of adjustments that need to be done at the end of the accounting period. Now let's take a look at the summary for the impact. Okay. With the first adjustment, accrued expense, our expense, of course, will go up, our net income will go down, and the liability for future payment will go up. With accrued revenues, we recognize revenue, so our revenue will go up, our net income and retained earnings equity will go up, and the asset in terms of receivables will go up because we're going to receive the payment in the future, although our revenue is supposed to be recorded this period. With deferred expense, we are going to recognize an expense, and our net income and stockholders' equity will go down as a result of a higher expense, but we are adjusting the asset. So now those assets reflect the correct amount of balance. Okay, deferred revenue, we recognize the revenue that will increase our net income and equity, and we will reduce the liability to reflect the correct amount. Okay, so these 4 adjustments are very important because after this, we are going to create the adjusted trial balance that we are going to use to prepare the final financial statements. Thank you for watching.